You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode 147.1, the daily report with updates on high school and colleges in Blackford, Delaware, Grant, Howard, Madison, Tipton, and northern Hamilton counties, plus updates today on the NFL playoffs, IU and Purdue basketball, and the Pacers, plus Ball State, IUK, Anderson, Taylor, and Indiana Wesleyan men's basketball.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report, we are truly grateful. Today is January 13th, 2025. It's a Monday, so it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I am your host, Greg Mengelt, and I love Central Indiana sports. I am coming to you today from Stage 22 in Elwood. Producer Susie is in the control room at headquarters in Jeffersonville. Coming up on Monday's Daily Report, we'll have details from the Madison County Boys Basketball Championship, an NFL playoffs update, and a look ahead to some big high school and college basketball games the next couple of days. We start, of course, with the boys basketball Madison County tournament at Anderson High School, where the Indians won their fourth consecutive Madison County tournament with a 78-61 win over Liberty Christian. The 4A number 7 Indians dominated the Class A number 9 Lions from start to finish. They were led by Aaron Morgan's career-high 25 points. He scored 16 of those in the first half as Anderson ran out to a 42-27 halftime edge. Indiana All-Star candidate Damian Kings had 17 points and 10 rebounds. Senior Titus Hunter added 14 points, and senior Javon Winfield finished with 10 points and 5 assists. Liberty sophomore TJ English led all players with 31 points and 12 rebounds. Rob Hunt of the Herald Bulletin, Coach Bowling, and Aaron Morgan joined me on the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode 147.4, our Madison County wrap-up. Look for that at 9 a.m. Tuesday. We'll also release our boys and girls basketball weeks and review, sometimes Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, hopefully Tuesday, with our weekly honors and our top 20 power polls for both. Pendleton Heights beat Frankton 51-34 in the consolation game. Pendleton has won 5 of its last 6 and got 17 points from junior Cooper Sims. LaPel beat Anderson Prep 95-55 for 5th place. Alexandria beat Elwood 62-27 Friday in the only final round game that was played as originally scheduled. In other games around Central Indiana on Monday, Faith Christian beat Clinton Central 65-58. Avon beat Plainfield 65-44 to win the Hendricks County tournament. And Triton Central is the Shelby County champion after a 75-29 win over Morristown. In a couple of area girls games, Plainfield won the Hendricks County title with a 57-47 win over Brownsburg, and Triton Central beat Waldron 68-40 to win the Shelby County title. Coming up on Tuesday on the local hardwoods, just 4 boys games. All 4 games are 6 p.m. JV starts with the varsity to follow. 2A number 12 Tipton is 7-2 and has won 5 in a row. The Blue Devils go to 0-11 Wabash. Unbeaten and 10th-ranked Taylor has one of its toughest tests to date when it visits 4-5 Eastbrook. 7-3 Oak Hill is at 5-5 Southwood. And 3-9 Muncie Central is at winless Burris in Burris's first game in a full month. It's a busy Tuesday in local girls basketball, highlighted by a huge win in Sheridan, where 12-6 LaPel visits the 14-1 Blackhawks, who have won 12 in a row, and a potential sectional preview. Plus, the start of the Delaware County Tournament, Delta plays Westdale and Daleville plays Cowan at Yorktown, and Hamilton Heights at Western for the Hoosier Conference East Division Championship. Also on Monday, Eastbrook announced that Randy Casto is committed to play softball at Huntington College. To the NFL playoffs, the Rams sacked Sam Darnold 9 times to tie a playoff record And LA moved into the NFC divisional round with a 27-9 win over visiting Minnesota. It was all Rams from start to finish. They led 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, 24-3 at halftime. Matthew Stafford threw for 2 touchdowns, and Kyron Williams ran for 76 yards for the Rams, but the big story was the Los Angeles defense. Like I said, they sacked Sam Darnold 9 times. One of those times, Jared Verse picked up a Darnold fumble and returned it 57 yards for a touchdown to put the Rams up 17-3 with 4:35 left to go before halftime. Then Stafford threw his second touchdown of the first half to put Los Angeles up 24-3 at the break. So the divisional round is set. On Saturday, it starts with the Texans in Kansas City to face the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs at 4:30 on ABC, followed by Washington at Detroit on Fox at 8. On Sunday, the Rams will visit Philadelphia at 3 o'clock on NBC, and probably the most anticipated game of the weekend is last. Baltimore is at Buffalo at 6:30 on Sunday. Should be a great weekend of NFL football. On Tuesday, the 22-18 Pacers face league leader Cleveland again. This time on national television. It'll air on TNT. The Pacers have won 6 games in a row, including a huge 109-93 win over Cleveland on Sunday evening. The Pacers enter Tuesday's 7 o'clock game in 5th place in the East, a half game behind Orlando for 4th, and just 3.5 behind the Knicks, who lost at home Monday to Detroit for 3rd. 13-4 IU hosts 19th ranked Illinois, and Tipton grad Ben Humrickhouse on Tuesday. Illinois is 12-4 overall, and like Indiana, 4-2 in the Big Ten. The Illini had won 5 straight before an 82-72 home loss to USC on Saturday. IU also had a 5-game winning streak come to an end on Saturday, 85-60 at Iowa in an ugly one. Illinois, Indiana is set for 7 o'clock. The game will air on Peacock. 13-4 Purdue has won 5 in a row, including 104-68 over Rutgers on Sunday. They're at Washington on Wednesday and number 13 Oregon on Saturday. Washington is 10-7. Oregon is 15-2. 8-7 Ball State has won 5 of its last 6, including a 91-69 win over Bowling Green on Saturday. The Cardinals have a huge one on Tuesday when they go to Ohio to face the 9-6 Bobcats. The Cardinals are 2-1 in the MAC. Ohio is 3-0. The game is at 7 and can be seen on ESPN+. 12-4 IU-Kokomo has won 7 straight and hosts St. Mary of the Woods at 5:30 on Tuesday. Junior Evan Kretz, a former Western star, had 31 points and 11 rebounds in Saturday's 41-point win over IU Columbus. Unbeaten in 2025, Anderson visits Manchester Wednesday to face the 6-8 Spartans. Anderson is 11-3 overall and is 6-1 in the Heartland Conference, a game behind Rose-Hulman. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30. 11-6 Taylor goes to Huntington on Wednesday. Huntington is 13-4. Both teams are in the middle of the crossroads standings and need a win to stay in the conference race. That game is also scheduled for 7:30 Wednesday. Also Wednesday, 12-5 Indiana Wesleyan, which is coming off an 84-71 win over Mount Vernon Nazarene on Saturday, hosts 5-12 Goshen Wednesday in Marion at 7 o'clock. And now you are up to date. We have lots of segments coming up real soon. Wrestling, basketball, Pacers, college football, Will Rutherford's 5 questions that need answers. Plus, we'll do our podcast from the girls wrestling state finals on Friday. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, please go like, subscribe, or follow us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or YouTube so you don't miss a single segment. It would also help if you would tell a friend about the Central Indiana Sports Report. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.